Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Virtuous Lady. The time has finally come that we're going to be revealing the biggest loser. For those that have been following along with me, I just want to thank you for just staying in there. We went through some challenges there and had some things happen, and which is why this has been delayed, but it has not been forgotten. So stay tuned, and we will share with you some of our ups, our downs, and some of the things that we went through, both positive and, some negative things that we dealt with. And at the end, we're going to reveal the biggest loser. So if this is a channel that motivates you, stay tuned. Our goal is to inspire, to motivate, and to encourage you to live your best life to the fullest. So at this time, we're going to get started. First, we're going to jump right in and talk to you about some of the things that happened that caused this video to be delayed, actually about 30 days. Today is November 30th. We had to move some furniture, and in the process of moving from Buffalo to Geneva, we had a huge truckload of stuff. And sometimes it doesn't take a lot to knock you off the bandwagon. And with us, with the moving, lifting all this heavy stuff and trying to empty out 2 storage units, it was a little overwhelming, but we were determined to get it done. And I just remember in the process, we're stopping by McDonald's and hungry and haven't ate all day and picking up something on the road that we can drive home. And, I'm looking at this, I think I had a Big Mac, he had a quarter pounder or whatever, and French fries. I know I wasn't supposed to have it, but we were so starving, we hadn't ate all day. And it just kind of knocked things out. I was so angry, but I know I couldn't eat. I didn't want it, but I know I couldn't eat and drive with a salad. And he had the big U-Haul behind me. So, after that day and getting home, trying to rest behind that, it kind of just knocked us off a little bit. I was tired and I wasn't preparing my shakes. And, the women is the one that do most of the preparing in the house. So I wasn't preparing the meals. I was just tired. So that, and then we had an unfortunate death in our family. And I think that knocked me off too, because I began to reminisce and think about what I had went through with my daughter when she passed, and that knocked me off, meaning not down to the point of just being depressed, but it knocked me off to the point where I wasn't preparing the meals like I should. So for about 2.5 to 3 weeks, there was nothing, and I got on the scale, and the scale was climbing, going down, going up, going down. So I wanted to be able to give you an accurate assessment of the journey, which is why this was extended, so we can be truthful and honest with you. Okay, starting with the journey. What was your opinion of the journey?
Well, I enjoyed the trip. I thank God that He was able to bless me to walk through it and to be able to exercise my knees, which helped out a whole lot. I thank God for that. And I was really, I thought I didn't think I was going to lose as much weight as I did, but I did. And I thank God for my wife pushing me, to let's do this walk on this journey. So it's been great, amen. And I'm enjoying it right now, even though better. So I thank God for her motivation, moving me along the way too.
Okay, we started off, I think what was the hardest part for me, I think, was giving up my coffee that first week. Because I do have to have my morning coffee. It's been something that I've done since I met this gentleman. And I drank it before, but I drink it more now. I have to have my 1 cup a day. And in the process of all that, I craved for that in my body. The first week was craving for the carbs, because we really reduced our carbs a great deal. And my body was craving for that, and I found out that I was hungrier, when I shouldn't have been. So our bodies had to adjust to that. So that's one of the biggest things, I think, struggles that we had. And what about you?
And also, I thank God that I was able to even drink coffee without creamer, so that I would have to add in the calories. And I thank the Lord for that. So, but it was yet hard at times, because that was sometime I didn't have a cup of coffee. Had to give it up, but thank God we got through it.
The difference here is that he can drink coffee black.
Yeah.
So he was able to continue drinking coffee. I can't drink coffee black. So if I have to have it black, because it's the creamers that add up the calories. and the carbs and stuff. So I couldn't drink it black, so I just do without, So that was the difference. He was able to, after the first week, he just started drinking it again because he could do it, whereas I couldn't do that. So that was one of the downsides, I think, with me. And I think once I got started with, got my mindset with preparing the meals and stuff, it got easier. It wasn't as hard as it was in the beginning. What we gonna have, and I find myself really liking salads. We had a salad just about every day,
Yes.
and just making different variations of it. Sometimes I use spinach and feta and walnuts and cranberries or whatever. And other times it was a julienne salad, a Cobb salad. Most of the time, as long as I had some meat in it, be it cut up ham or turkey or something, it was filling, and it was always filling, but it would last me longer. I think my body was craving for that protein. And once I got that protein, or a boiled egg or something, it helped me longer. So that's what I found out with myself. Another thing, we're getting up early, walking. It was a push the first day because I failed to stretch. We just got out there and went walking. When I came home, my legs was tired, especially my thighs. There was a tightness there. But, I guess that is to be expected when you're not used to, we're busy in the house, but being actually out there walking and being committed is a totally different story. So once I got started and we started walking, there was times he didn't want to get out of bed. And I said, no, we just got to do it. We got to do it. We would leave at 7 and walk along the lake. The lake was beautiful. The breeze, sometimes it was cooler than other times, so we had to dress accordingly. But I really enjoyed it. We did anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. And we were doing it about 3 times a week. Our goal was to try to do 5, but the busyness of our schedule didn't allow that, so our minimum was 3 times a week. And seeing the sunrise as you're walking.
That was nice.
That was really nice.
Yes, it was. And getting back to the coffee thing, drinking coffee was really a thing when I was working. That I could have coffee, and I could do without food. But having a salad, was one of my favorite foods. And have to have any meat in the salad. Just give me the vegetables.
I needed the meat.
I could go just about all day. I can eat salad 3 times a day, which is a good meal for me. And I don't even have to have any bread with it. But I thank God, you understand, that He blessed us to do this. And it's a healthy way of life, a healthy way of living also. Mm-hmm. Especially when you get a certain age, you don't have to have all that food. And especially at nighttime. Don't have a big meal at night before you go to bed. Amen. Have a nice light meal. Have your biggest meal in the morning.
Lunchtime.
And then at lunchtime, you can begin to gradually cut back on your meals. And when nighttime comes, have a bowl of soup, a peanut butter jelly sandwich, or have a meat sandwich. And, and you can go to bed with that.
That's not healthy. I haven't had peanut butter in a while. The whole while I was on this journey. That is, even though it's protein, but it's high in cholesterol. But if I had it, it was very little. But the jelly definitely was something that, unless it's sugar-free or all fruit. But anyway, getting back to where I was on, as far as the healthy skincare too, self-care. I had a chance to basically spend more time taking care of myself than I can remember ever doing, just taking time with my skin, my face, and I even got the mister in the tub. He's a shower person. So there were times I said, you need to take a mineral salt bath, and I do carry that. And he got in there, and because it does so much for your skin. My skin is softer, not that I wasn't doing it before, but I wasn't taking care of myself as well as when we got on this healthy skincare journey here. So my skin is softer all over. That's one of the good things I can say. I can tell a difference in my face, my complexion. When you eat better, well, whatever you put in the inside of you, it does show up on the outside. So I can tell that my skin is, not that it was bumpy or I didn't have acne or anything, but just the texture is not, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels totally different, And I feel better, when you take care of yourself, you feel better about yourself because you're taking that time to put that extra time in to take care of you. And I think most important is when you take care of you, you are better able to take care of other people.
Yes. Yeah.
But as parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents, a lot of times we always sacrifice our time to help other people with our, aging parent and our children, whatever. We always put them first. Yeah. And then in the process of that, you're putting yourself last. And that's one thing that I've learned, that regardless of what we may get into or what we have to do, that we have to learn not to neglect ourselves. Self-care, Amen. Especially as you get older, is very, very important.
And she's not making me a Mr. Softer because of this women's stuff, but it does help out the skin, men. We have to give yourself, you understand, sometimes a facial, give yourself, you understand, a foot scrub, and then it really feels good. Hallelujah. So I thank God for that. And I'm just enjoying the journey. It's nice.
And I think, too, because of the pandemic, it forced us to, we're about to Con Air, do our feet in. He does his, I do mine. And if it's nothing but just sitting down in front of the TV and with your feet, they're soaking. It's not like, and scrubbing or whatever, any of the dead skin cells off. And it just, just feels good when you're able to take care of your skin. So taking care, the self-care is very, very important. And I guess the next question I want to ask you, what was the funniest thing about anything that we've done?
Walking along the parkway and out there and then see nobody else walking but us.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden we looked around on our way back. We found out why there was no one walking. It's going to be a rainy day. And so we got to the end of the journey and we turned around, we looked, and we said, nobody out here out there walking but us. We found out, you understand, and we laughed about it. It was funny.
Actually, we didn't make it all the way there. I felt a couple drops, and I kept thinking, how women is with our hair. My hair, it's going to frizz up. And even though I had a cap on, I said, we got to turn around. That was the funniest thing for me, too. And we have to turn around, so we just rushing. And we said when we first started off, we're going to beat our speed today. Well, actually, we did. We were literally running. It was so funny. We were laughing at each other. And the funny thing, even though we took the same route all the time, the funny part about it is that I'm looking, where's the car? The car just seemed like we couldn't see the car. And it started coming down. And by the time we got to the car, we were soaking wet. But all we could do was laugh because it was so funny. But we got our speed. We did beat our record that particular day. And all I can say is that I told him, I said, well, we committed. But nobody else was out here. And even though, the forecast said it was going to rain, but I said, oh, we can get up early and we'll beat the rain. But we didn't, but we got to walk in. And I guess that's most important.
That's what was important.
That was one of the funniest things. We stopped and got coffee, and I think we just laughed and laughed and laughed. Yeah. And drying my face off with a paper towel and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that was the funniest thing. Okay, the smoothies, too, were good. Yes. They were delicious. And most of the time, all the time I did make the smoothies. Sometimes he had a preference, sometimes he didn't. And what I liked about the smoothies is that it did hold us the entire time. Most of the time, if we had it, come lunchtime, we were still kind of full.
Yes.
And they were good. They were very, very good. And I do want to reiterate that this was just a start of our journey. This is something that we plan on continuing as well. So we will be doing an update come the beginning of the year, how we made it through the holidays, because I do like to bake and stuff like that. So we will be doing an update. I do want to get into the purpose. I never asked him what his purpose is. He just agreed to join me. My purpose is that I wanted to lose some weight. I wanted to, as far as medication, I didn't want to have to be on medication, whether it's minor or whatever, because I've never taken medication all my life. So whenever the doctor say that you're going to have to go on this or you're on this or whatever, I wanted to live my life with no medication. And I know the best way to do that was basically to better take care of yourself. Amen. Because the better you feel. So that was my motivation. Now, what was yours?
Practically the same thing, because definitely I don't care for taking medication if I don't have to. I do over-the-counter stuff, But as far as going to the doctor where they got to prescribe you for the medication, that tells me, you understand, you're really in bad shape. And you just let yourself go. And, you know, we just get stressed out sometime and we get worried about stuff. And we have to get an incentive to help us to get through the day and then be able to function with people also. So I thank God for the doctors, but if you can help it, God has a remedy for us, and it is a natural food that we can eat. Plus, don't forget about Psalm 24, 23. That let the Lord be your shepherd and your guide. He will feed you what you need.
Now, my question to you, Mr. Williams, how do you feel? Let the viewers know how you felt.
I feel that.
You know, after this journey, since you've been on this journey, is there any difference that you're feeling now versus how you felt before?
Physically wise, I feel excellent, thank God. I feel good in my body. It's just at times my knee, I have to keep them exercised. But other than that, from the head down, I feel excellent. And to do this again, yes, I'll be looking forward to doing it again because it helps me, and I thank God for it.
With me, what I felt energized. I'm always one to get up early anyway. I beat him up just about every day, unless I'm super tired. I'm up anywhere between 5:30 and 6:30 in the mornings, and I get up quietly. That's my little quiet time. But because of that, I get up being busy and I get tired a lot. So before I would lay down and take a nap, and before you know it, I wake up and it's like a 3.5 hour nap. And I'm like, whoa. So then I'll get up, and that was my second one to keep going. But I noticed that I don't have to take as many naps. And if I do, it may be like for half an hour or hour. It won't be for a long time like it used to be. My energy has really risen up. I have a lot more energy since I started this journey. And I know it has a lot. I know basically it's because of our eating habits. You know, one thing I can mention, just, because I'm going to be very straight up and honest, is that once the weather started to get cold, it was a week where it just rained all week. Well, we did not exercise that week. I looked out the windows like I wanted to go walking, but it was just raining and raining. And instead of incorporating my video, that was just an excuse for me not to walk. And now I realize, that I didn't do nothing but hurt ourselves. So what I do want to do, now that we still have a few more warm days, but just prepare myself to start exiting inside. We have the video, we're all set, but we just never did it. So that's one thing that I do want to incorporate. It's just doing that or you have to, the alternative. When one thing doesn't work, you got to have a plan B. And sometimes you even have to have a plan C. You have to have these plans to take care of yourself. So if this don't fan out, or, you can't depend on things to be the same way. So that's one thing that we failed to do that we know we should have done. But coming up to the end now, I'm going to do a drum roll. What was your total weight loss?
7 pounds.
Okay. His total weight loss was 7 pounds. My total weight loss at one time was like almost 6.5. And then when all this stuff started, it went up, I went down, then it went up, then it went down. Mine was like this. But my total weight loss was 5 pounds. With all the up and down. So I guess you are the biggest loser. But I can say that if I had stayed on it, I probably would have been the biggest loser, because mine was really moving quick until I basically stopped doing what I needed to do.
I have to applaud her. She did well. She did well. Even though those 5 pounds, she did well, and I thank God for it.
So I guess I'm the one with the sad face. Because I just knew, I said, I'm going to beat him, I just knew it. But I'm a good loser, so it's not a problem. But to think about it, would you do this again?
Yes, I will.
And me, myself, this was just a challenge for us, but we're going to continue it. As I said, healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
So it has to become a lifestyle.
Amen.
And my challenge is going to be during the holidays. I do bake. So that's going to be one of my challenges, finding ways. But I can say that I can walk away from sweets. If I know that I've had my carbs for the day, which is very little, I can generally walk away. I say no more than I say yes, definitely.
That he does.
Because it's about my health. When he offered me something, even with soda, from time to time, we did have sparkling juice for Thanksgiving. He'll say, "You want no, 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 no." And before it would bother me, like I just been depriving myself. But now it don't. You know, when I look at the overall of how I feel and how healthy I am, to be a senior on both of us, and with him not on any medication, I'm on 3, and they overlap each other. Nothing, you know, the minimum amounts, but I don't want to be on any. So that's going to still be my motivating goal. And then once we reach the goal, I still want to continue because I like the way I feel. I like the outcome. Yes. And if you don't put nothing in, you don't get nothing out. But I want to see by the end of this year of 2020, you know, what is the total, I hear my stomach growling now. What is the total amount of weight, you know, that we lost, and if there's any changes in how we feel. So I want to thank you all for tuning in, waiting for us. And if there's any questions or anything that you'd like to ask us, I'm looking for the month of December to be a greater weight loss because it had time for me to just get myself back on track and get myself focused again. And now with the holidays coming, you know, so I'm more excited now, even though we're not on a challenge against each other. I shouldn't say against each other, with each other.
Yes.
We're not on a challenge with each other. Yes. He's the one that gets the $100 gift certificate for, that was the winner, the winning gift that we agreed upon. It was a $100 gift certificate for activewear, wherever he wants to shop and get to whatever. And I guess this is the best time because it's right for Christmas and all the sales are going on. So me, I guess I'll just have to wear the same thing and sit back and wait for Christmas gifts to come in or gift cards so I can get mine too. But it's been a healthy and a great journey.
Yes.
And I want to challenge everyone that, you know, wants to make the change. You don't have to wait to New Year, but if you choose to wait to New Year, start doing everything that you can as natural as you can. You'll notice the difference in how you feel, how you look, how you get around, and everything. And even you'll probably notice parts of your body is not hurting as much, you know, whatever. So if you haven't seen the previous videos of our healthy lifestyle journey, the series of it, go ahead and I will leave the links below. Go ahead and look into those, and so you can start your healthy lifestyle journey for yourself. It really will benefit you, you know, in the end. So at this time, we are saying
bye for now.
Bye for now. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being with us. I pray blessings for you throughout the year.
Yes.
And also that you would, you know, fulfill the goals that you have. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay blessed.
Yes.
See you in the next video. He's the winner.